Do 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 do. La da 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 da. Swimming in the ocean. No, let's see. Well, there was that cave, and there is cobblestone in that cave. So that'll work. The only thing is, there is no only thing. It's all good. All right. So first things first, making the bed, and then I'm just going to set the spawn point at the location. That way it's just not like all over the place. Alrighty. Cool. You know, honestly, I could, well, I was going to say I could add some doors up there too, which is, it's definitely true. Yeah. Alrighty, so, just going to place some of the charcoal in there. I'm just thinking to myself for a second. Okay, so I want to make a bed, right? There we go. There we go. I'm gonna place the bed like, I guess I could place it like right there. There we go. It did, so you don't even have to like sleep. It doesn't even have to be sleep. It can just be like, you can click on the bed and it just sets your spawn point, which is nice. It's definitely nice. Alright, so taking a look, there's the obsidian, there's the farm. It's about to be nighttime. I haven't built another portal yet, but I have gotten the obsidian. And I'm gonna need cobblestone for this this outpost. Okay. Man. Not a bad start to the episode. Interesting. Alright, so my brain is just sitting there like, I genuinely just like, the half of this episode was just me sparring with ads, like, genuinely. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think for the most part, I'm thinking. Excuse me there. All right. Well, typically finding gravel and cobblestone is pretty common. So that's a start. On top of that, when it comes to the farm, well, it's a farm, you know, so I can just make the farm. And yeah, sand is pretty much everywhere, so that's solved. And yeah, so I think priority would be the cobblestone as well as the gravel, because farming that, I can just get a flint. I can make flint steel, and then I can craft another portal. Even if I don't go in the nether, I mean, I can go in the nether, but you know what I mean. Let's see. Yep. So that's gravel. Cool. All right. Let's see what we got in here. Dude, there's lapis. Wow. All right. Not bad. No, the irony is, because of the fact that this has silk touch, I don't know if it's going to drop flint. Ironically, right? Because It's Silk Touch. I mean, I think it will, but like it still has a chance. But yeah, I don't think it does particularly. But it's all good. Yeah, it's still a really good enchantment for just a shovel to have. For sure, for sure. So that's one. We got that taken care of. Excuse me there. Now, the second part is going to be farming up enough cobble to reinforce the structure. And the cool part is that there's some sandstone down here too. So I'm going to scoop up some of the sandstone as well for the aesthetics. Oh, goodness. Alright, that's alright. That's fine. I just noticed that too. Yeah, no big deal. Alright, so let's see how much cobble that is. Yeah, I'm probably gonna want to farm up at least a stack of cobblestone. And then that is legit. Oh yeah. Alright. Cool. I'll come back for the lapis, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Now the terracotta, dude, at some point I've got to farm some of the terracotta, bro, because like it's such a really, like, it's just a really like aesthetically like just really aesthetically nice. But so I'm gonna go ahead and make my way back to the outpost. And this should be enough cobble, at least. So okay, here's the thing, right? I guess I didn't necessarily fully explain this, but what I was basically saying, and this was what was kind of, to me, it was kind of funny because of the whole creeper thing, right? But when you look here, I don't know if it's just like how they're typically built or how this one just spawned, but you see how it's kind of just like built into the ground here, right? So this is actually probably a lot taller, right? But because of the way it kind of spawned on the side of the cliff's edge, it just basically just like spawns into the ground. So the idea was to build cobblestone around it to secure the structure, because without the cobblestone, the ads can basically just like climb up the sides, and that's basically what happened with the creeper. It just climbed up the side of it. So luckily it was all good, right? But so that's the idea. So you take the cobble and then you just reinforce it, you know what I mean, that way. And then also cobblestone is so durable to where creepers, they can't even really blow through it, you know what I mean? So even like in the nether, it's the same thing. When you go in the nether, you typically, like for me, this is what I've done this for years, is like I'll take cobblestone, and then like the idea is you build the cobblestone around the nether portal, because if you don't build cobblestone around the nether portal in the nether, like say for instance a gas spawns in, right, and then the gas hits the nether portal, right, it'll just like deactivate. So then unless you have a flint and steel, it's kind of like you're basically like kind of stuck there, right? So the idea is, of course, probably keep a flint and steel, because they can't destroy the nether portal, they can just like stun it basically. But yeah, so that's kind of like stuff like that. But cobblestone is super handy for stuff like that. You know, because it's not as durable as obsidian, but it's pretty freaking close. You know, for the most part, it's a lot easier to farm too. So yeah, I don't know. You're probably like, that sounds like a lot to just think about in like that sliver of time. But it was like, it's kind of the point. You know what I mean? But also, mind you, it's like, with humility, I've just been playing Minecraft for so long. Like, I've been playing Minecraft since I was a kid, you know, so it's like, there's little tricks like that, you know, like tips and tricks that you learn over time, you know, that help out. But yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'm just gonna farm some more of that to kind of reinforce the structure there, and then that's pretty much it. Cool. So let's see. That's gonna be like, yeah. But I think after that, it's like, definitely I can probably, you know, construct another portal, and then we can take a look at where the spawn point is, because sometimes, you know, a person just gets lucky and you get like fairly close to another fortress, which makes it pretty efficient for farming. It's funny because I think the last Minecraft world that I kind of played on, it was pretty cool. But I remember the spawn location was a little trek. I'm not gonna lie, like, it was fun, but it was funny when I think about it, because I remember I genuinely, like, and this was like on, like, this wasn't on creative mode, right? So I genuinely went in and basically built like a scaffold all the way, like it connected all the way to the fortress, because it got to the point where I just remembered how to get there from like memory. So I just built a scaffold to serve as almost like a shortcut. Like, that's how far it was. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I still managed to, like, you know, get to it, farm the blazes. You know what I'm saying? All of that jazz. So sometimes you get the locations like that, but sometimes you get lucky and it just spawns like pretty close, you know. So we'll see. That's kind of also why I've been like kind of chilling too, because I'm already knowing that in itself is probably gonna be like a little adventure, you know. But let's go ahead and finish building the foundation. All right. I think from this side. Yeah. So yeah, if I could, like, if honestly, I wouldn't mind using sandstone. It's just that sandstone is not nearly as durable as the cobblestone, even though it looks really nice, you know. But you know, the textures work pretty well, I think, for the most part. Now for the more interior design, oh, definitely sandstone is the way, bro. For sure. Then I think on this side, now it's not as much of the same equation on the other side, but still worth reinforcement for sure.